Hey, how you doing? It's Ryan from Interactive Garage. First, let me thank you for being a part of the Interactive Garage family. By this time, you've gotten your program setup information. And what this video is going to do is go over the pricing or the admin that we have both with Keystone, because you've given us your Keystone account number file, and in the Interactive Garage admin. So let's just jump right in because we've got a lot to talk about. We're going to start here with the Keystone admin side. So off your eKeystone login, you'll see that your account center link is right up here. Click on that, and then this will bring up this window that has this account information. What we're going to use right now is this account or adjust retail pricing. I've already done a few samples, so you're going to see a couple items down here that we'll go over. First is current blanket. So you can blanket everything that you order from Keystone or that is available from Keystone at a blanketed margin above your cost. Now, this is what your cost is with Keystone, and we can mark this up 40%. You can go down, up, it doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. What this current blanket will do by hitting update is everything that you can source from Keystone is now going to be set at a 40% margin above your cost. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. So down here you'll see some samples of other suppliers, or as we call them, vendors. Other vendors that you can set at a different percentage. So if you really want to get competitive, or if your area has the ability to have different pricing because of what's available out there, you can come into here and say, you know, at Addictive Desert Designs, I want to be at 25%. You can change this. You can change this daily if you want to make that 33%. AMP Research 28, so on and so forth. You know, as soon as you hit this update button, it will update your Keystone account center file. Now, every 24 hours, we work with Keystone to get your pricing file to then update what is going to be shown on your Interactive Garage. So this is not instantaneous on your Interactive Garage. It is every 24 hours, or actually it's every morning is how we do this. So depending on when you do it throughout the day, we get it the next morning, and your Interactive Garage will be automatically set up to reflect the pricing, the percentage that you put. So I'll do a sample real quick. So let's say you can type in the manufacturer you're looking for. So I typed in Bushwhacker, and on Bushwhacker, I want to make 38. I want everything to be displayed at a 38% above my cost. So again, you'll see that it is added to this file, and it'll be set at 38%. Now, within your Keystone account right here, you can see that reflection of the price right away. So within your eKeystone set here, if you were to then go off your home page, do one of their year, make, model selection pieces, it'll be reflected right away with Keystone. It's just the Interactive Garage side is when we don't get that until the next morning. I'm going to go back into this pricing center, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. You know, you can really go as deep as you want to go within this module that they have. It's, you know, they spend a lot of time doing this module. It's really cool. So let's take that same supplier, Bushwhacker, and then what it's going to do is they're going to query all the different Bushwhacker products or series of products that they have. So here's all the fender flare series that they have. If you wanted to set the DRT series at a margin that was different than what you set up here, so we set 38%. So maybe the DRT series you want to do at a 30%. You can do this throughout all of the suppliers, all of the series of products throughout the suppliers. I mean, you want to get super detailed, this is the place to do it. Because what I'm going to show you next is the Interactive Garage admin. The Interactive Garage admin takes a lot more time to do something like this as either a bulk or individual manufacturer or individual series. So the reason that we did this program with Keystone is really this whole piece right here takes hours, if not days and weeks away from the time that you would have to spend in our admin at Interactive Garage. And let me show you why. So So here's our admin interactive garage. Let's go through manufacturers first, because that's where we were with the Keystone piece. So within the manufacturers, what you're going to see, since you signed up on the $1,200 full program, is you're going to see a little icon here. This icon is going to tell you that these vendors are sourced from Keystone. So Addictive Desert Designs is available at Keystone. Let's click into here and go through a little bit deeper. So of the 272 products we have from Addictive Desert Designs, all but one is sourced at Keystone. So that kind of tells you what this pricing is here. Let me go over to this in a second. Let me jump over to this automatic product enable for manufacturers. So anytime that we add a new product onto Interactive Garage that is an Addictive Desert Design product, if this is enabled right here, as well as this drop down is enabled, anytime we add a new product, they will automatically be enabled in your Interactive Garage. You simply hit save, and every time we add a new product, what we do, which I've spoken to many of you about, every 30 to 45 days, you get a e-blast from us that tells you everything that was added in Interactive Garage. If 50 products were added from Addictive Desert Designs in Interactive Garage, this part number count would go up, and it would automatically be enabled in your program if this is selected. So that's huge. That's something that if you want to keep consistent with having everything from a certain vendor or several of the vendors enabled and turned on your program and never have to deal with it again, you hit that enable button and we're ready to go. And also what that will do is everything Addictive Desert Designs will also be set at the margin that you put in your eKeystone program. So whether it's a blanketed margin here like 33%, or if you actually went in and said, on the Honey Badger series of product, it's at 25%. So if we add a Honey Badger new product to the program, again, it is going to be reflected in your pricing file that we get. So really cool. I mean, this is all automated stuff that you do not have to deal with. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about a vendor that is not sourced by Keystone. So BDS Suspension, big suspension company for a lot of our licensees. You're gonna see that this pop-up is a little bit different. So you have to come in. So this is where it is a huge advantage for a company like Addictive Desert Designs to be stocked by Keystone, because every time we add a new product from BDS, you do have to come in and enable it. The reason that you have to do that is we do not assume that you want every manufacturer's product or every manufacturer or vendor that we add to the program on your program. So in this case, because they're not sourced by Keystone, you do have to come in, and when we add a new product, you do have to enable it. It's something that we're working on with the manufacturers to be able to do something a little bit different. But really it comes down to the way that we make sure that, if a product is added, every month from BDS, again, we do not assume that you want to see that product enabled. So you do have to come in here and do that. So again, huge advantage to being a part of this whole Keystone program is you can go in and automatically set that. So let's go into individual products. So the sort and drop-down functions that you're going to see up here is very similar to if you're familiar with Excel spreadsheets. So you can come into here and do a drop-down and say, what manufacturer do I want to look at? We'll pick on Addictive Desert Designs. You can even go as deep as to say, what vehicle do you want to see their products for? So Addictive Desert Designs Jeep. And you can even go deeper and say, if they only have exterior products for a Jeep. On some of the Fords, they actually have some performance products like their brake upgrades. So you don't really need to mess with that one on this example. But then you can come in here and say front bumpers. So now this is all the front bumpers if you expand it to full. So here are all the front bumpers for the Jeep products. So in here you can kind of see a whole bunch of stuff. You can sort any of these categories that have the up and down name or up and down arrow. You can actually do a sort to see, like, I want to sort by modular stealth fighter bumper. So you can see that. You can see what the part number is. You can see the list price map jobber. But on this one, your selected price is your Keystone pricing. So say you wanted to come in and do a custom price on this product that's $669.91 at your 33% margin that you put in there on your Keystone piece. That on this one, you want to make sure that you got the right price on this. So let's say the right price for you for this month is $650. That's what you want to put a sale out for. So now this is going to go from a Keystone product to a custom. Or Keystone price to a custom price. You can sort to see everything that you have in your custom pricing just by hitting that. So again, you've got different pricing that you can use your Keystone cost plus percentage piece, or you can come in and individually put a price on every product that you want. So if you wanted to now see what Addictive Desert Design products were available for a GMC, so on and so forth. You can use these drop downs as much as you want. So that's how you're going to do the individual products. We talked about manufacturers. Let's go into the labor side. So let's say you want to be able to show your customers what your labor pricing is. So you can either enable or disable that. If you enable it, you put your price in. So if you want to be at $125 an hour. And then this is, unfortunately, there is not an overall bulk labor rate out there anymore. There used to be in the past, but that was about 10, 15 years ago. No one does a listing, or not many of the vendors do listings for pricing anymore. But if you wanted to come in, you can use your sorts again, your select by filter, your vehicle, your make. I'm going to skip all that and just jump right into a product. So here's where you're going to put your pricing for your labor. So on this particular product, it shows that you are showing a Keystone cost on your front end, and your labor install hours, if you wanted to put it at 2¼ hours. Now hitting save will automatically put that on the front end of your interactive garage. A labor rate will show up. So a very cool feature there. Background options. So this is where you can set what background you want to show up as your default. So you can click on any of them, hit save. Now again, so your customers can go into, and while they're using their interactive garage, they can go in and choose their own background. But this is kind of, if you wanted to come into the summer season, start out the build with a nice beach scene, or maybe coming into the winter season, you want to do a snow scene, that's up to you. So it's kind of a cool thing to do. We're going to add a lot more over the coming months. Pricing option, I'm going to go over this real quick. We're not a big fan of this set no pricing. We had some requests early on to, if you hit this, it will set everything at a C associate in the pricing column. We're not a fan of this because just think about shopping yourself as a consumer for a pair of shoes or a shirt or a hat. Are you really going to shop based upon just the look of it, or are you going to shop based upon the look and the price? So again, we think about this one before you hit this. I'd love to talk to any of you that think this might be an option that you're considering, because I will try to talk you out of it, but for some of you, I understand why you would want to do that. So again, we've gone over, let me do the vehicles last. So the vehicles, you do have to maintain the vehicles that come onto the program. So every 30 to 45 days, we'll let you know what new vehicle has been added. And you will need to come in here, and if you see an X, that means that that vehicle is not showing up on your program. So whether it's new or whether you've taken this vehicle out, an X will show up here. It is as simple as click this over to enable, hit save, and it will turn on or be enabled on your program. And same thing, if you wanted to take it out, you could simply hit edit, disable, save change, and all that goes away. So, The admins that we have, the two different ones, start with the Keystone one because it really is a nice, simple, big bulk way to price the products on your program. Your program is going to come preset at a MSRP or list from the vendors. So starting with the Keystone side at least gets all those vendors that you have that you can source from Keystone set up and ready to go. And then pop over to your Interactive Garage admin for fine tuning, as well as making sure your vehicles are enabled when we send out our e-blasts of what is new added every 30 to 45 days. If you have any questions on this, I know this is a lot to go through. Just give me a call anytime. Again, I've spoken to most of you before, as I'm the main one that you talk to get signed up on this program. 435-879-8208, extension 1, or ryan@interactivegarage.com. Happy to talk with you guys anytime, and welcome to the Interactive Garage family. Thank you.